What's going on, everyone? Corey Schaffer here. I just had a realization. I am 4 years sober now. So for a lot of you guys that might not know, back in 2020, I had lost my dad to cancer. So it started off as colon cancer in 2016. He was about 47 years old. And then it, obviously progressed into the point where it turned into colon cancer and we lost him. During that time, business was starting to do well for me. So I had started Till Valhalla Project and I was honoring heroes and I was doing a lot of good things, but my demons were kind of keeping up with me, and I'm trying to stay ahead of my demons, so to speak. So right before my dad passed away, right? So it started to, you really get to him. You could see it in his facial features and you could see it in the way he was carrying himself. He had lost, probably 80 pounds. I mean, he was only probably 200 to start, and he gotten all the way down to like 120, and it was really hard. On top of that, I was dealing with the loss of several of my buddies from my Marine Corps unit. I was losing a lot of guys to suicide. So, and on top of that, my dog, which I would call my emotional support dog, also had cancer at the same time. So really in the middle of April of 2020 and in the middle of the pandemic, everything kind of came crashing down on me. And I was at this point where I was already drinking so much. I was trying to give myself an excuse to take, time for myself, but it was really difficult because I was honoring heroes. And, if I wasn't honoring heroes and I was doing something for myself, then I was really letting them down. And it was just really this dichotomy on the inside of me that wasn't letting me enjoy life and wasn't letting me take any downtime. I felt like any mental capacity I had was owed towards honoring heroes and then spending time with those who I love. But unfortunately, a lot of the people who I love, friends and family, were passing away all at this single time. So right before April 10th, which is when my dad passed away, the week prior, I cried and I said, I will not be alive in the next couple weeks if I lose my dad and I'm still drinking, because I know I'll either drink myself to death or something worse. That was my breaking point. I had tried to quit years and years prior. I started drinking after I got back from Afghanistan, despite never drinking before. And yeah, I just saw, it's like I was looking through this different perspective, and I just basically saw, what does my life look like in the next year? And like knowing that I knew my dog wasn't going to make it through a year. I knew my dad wasn't going to make it through the year. I knew there were several friends who were not already made it through the year. And I just kind of saw this outside perspective and basically said, I'm going to be in the same spot if I don't do something right now. And something that had a hold of me for 5 years and I could not let it go off like a switch. There was no ramp down period. There was nothing. I just did not pick up another bottle. So I just had to write a letter to the FAA because I'm trying to fly so I can start doing book promotions, because my book is coming out in September. And, I had to kind of make an argument like, hey, why I'm okay, because, I'm diagnosed with PTSD and, all these other things. But it made me realize, because when I told them, I said, I've been alcohol free for 3 years. And I'm like, nope. It just passed recently. I have been sober for 4 years. So anyways, I know it's a little random. I know it's about myself, but it's a hell of an accomplishment. Out of all things I accomplished, that's one of those things that just kind of sticks with you, that shows you it's possible. So if you're battling, the first thing I did, I downloaded an app. It's called Sober Today. I have no affiliation with the app or anything like that, but it just gave me something to track. So every day I could open up this app and say, hey, you're 10 days sober, 10 weeks sober, 10 months sober. Hopefully next time I open up, it says 10 years sober. So you can't improve what you don't measure. So if you're battling, obviously go seek your help, but, give you something that gives you accountability. So something like an app, or keep your own track of it, but it tells you how much money you saved, tells you how much units you didn't drink or didn't consume. And yeah, that was it. So, if you're battling, keep it up, keep moving forward. And, hopefully this video helps in some way, shape, or form, but I want it for my own log, even if no one watches. And yeah, good luck out there.